Hello, my name is Germana Ravanelli. I want to thank you for opening up this video. I'm coming to you from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada. I am in Tofino at this particular day, and you have this beautiful visual of the back behind me of the ocean. It's a beautiful sunny day here. This video is going to be about preserving our physical body. One of my teachers who's passed away years and years ago. He was a ninth Dan black belt from Okinawa, Japan, and his name was O-Sensei Richard Kim. And he was the person that would come in and grade the black belts for the style of martial arts that I was taking called Goju-Ryu, which is hard, soft style. And he was a true master. He talked about angels, he talked about health, he talked about yin yang, Tai Chi, Feng Shui, all of it. And it was all about health and harmony. And at that time in my life, I was very young. I was about 21, and I needed, healthy role modeling. And he said, health is harmonizing the body, the mind, and the spirit. When one is out of balance, we are out of balance. And at that time, I really honestly had no idea how damaged I was as a person, but I was looking for solutions, and I always kept looking for solutions. I was like, why am I hurting? Why am I scared? And, I followed martial arts. I got a black belt in martial arts, and, I didn't stay in that industry. I did it, and then I left. But I learned a lot. And so I'm going to share something about this man, O-Sensei Richard Kim. And I'm going to share my experience as a therapist, a trainer, a student, a teacher, an inspirational person to others, and someone that just likes to share what I find works. I'm going to share with you some nuggets about taking care of your most precious asset, your body. Your body is something that you will have until you draw your very last breath. And in the world that we live in, we have been taught to, put our worth on how it looks. And if it's skinny enough, or we have enough surgery, or we have enough injections, or we have enough muscle. And I'll tell you what, that is a complete disgrace, because the reality is our body is the home of our whole being, our spirit. And when we look after our physical body, we have a far better quality of life. And it's not about arrogance. It's none of that. It's about common sense. Like, you wouldn't not have a good roof on your house. You wouldn't leave the water running in your bathtub and just destroy your house. But a lot of people do not consider how to take care of their physical body. And that's what I do professionally. I teach people how to do that. This one piece is going to be about the physical body. So this body that you live in requires a few things to be well. It needs respect. It needs consideration. It needs good nutrition. It needs rest. It needs positive thinking, positive words. And it needs resistance training, particularly if you want to age well. If you want to age well, then you will go, where can I add more nuggets into the basket of wellness? And I'm going to tell you, the number one superpower that you have is to make the decision that you will take your body and challenge it to become stronger. As we age, at about 30, our pituitary gland stops releasing one of those hormones that we need that keeps us in renew and repair, which keeps us beautiful and young. It's a growth hormone. And as we age, we stop getting that. It stops being released. And what happens is the body starts to age. You'll see skin sagging, you'll see muscle loss, you'll see abdominal fat, you'll see saggy, baggy, all of it. Lack of visual, lack of cognitive, all of it starts to happen. And it's part of the aging process. But there are things that we can do to make those last 20, 30, 40 years excellent years. One of them that is super important is to learn to have a kind relationship to your body. To go, oh, how do I take care of you? Like, this is your friend. This is something that you live in, and it will hold you until you die. When you honor it and take care of it and learn how to do that, it's an easier ride. If you neglect your body and think it's not important and you'll do it another day and eat a lot of processed food, you will suffer, and you will suffer significantly. I had a friend recently who had to get rid of her beautiful motorcycle because she suffers with osteoporosis. She had to sell it and all of her things that are connected to it. And this was part of this woman's, one of her precious joys. And I would put money on it. The reason that her body is doing that, the bones are degenerating, which means, breaking is normal. No strength training and dieting. Over dieting can destroy your health. So I'm going to go back now. This physical body, learning to say thank you to your body for all that it does. Learning to say to yourself, I'm proud of you. You're doing a good job. I care about you. How can I take care of you? Like you would say to a 2-year-old. When you start to do that, your life changes and you take the role of being a steward to your body. So I'm going to go very quickly now. You want to eat real food that comes from farm-raised animals. You want to have at least 30 grams of bioidentical protein in at least 3 of your meals a day. That is how your body repairs the tissue that you're burning through. We have trillions of cells that are wearing out and being broken down every day, and your body has to heal that. So bioidentical protein is meat or dairy, but organically, ideally. If you eat animal product that comes from an animal that's been fed hormones, pesticides, chemicals, GMO food, you are eating traces of those poisons, and they are going to toxically damage your body, and your body cannot make healthy cell tissue out of micropoison, and most people are micropoisoned. So that's 3 meals of that. Fresh, clean water. A lot of water. If you drink coffee, drink organic coffee, please. If you drink dairy, drink organic dairy, please. Now, the strength training is ideal. You split your body into upper body, lower body. Monday, Wednesday, it could even be 20 minutes. Take a day off. Upper body, lower body, and then take the weekend off. If you do something like that and build on that platform, it doesn't have to be huge and grandiose. You can even do it at home, and there are videos that I've created that shows that. Your body will at least preserve the muscle that you have, and you will become a higher functioning human being. Your brain will release more messages, more chemicals that says, keep these bones, keep these ligaments, and your brain will get more capacity based. When we take care of this, the body gets this message, I still need this, and then everything will stay in place. Once you get past about 45, it's a different game. Then you have to be a little bit more mindful and be very, very conscious of your need for sleep. I personally sleep 10 to 12 hours a night, which is a lot. And I just ask my body, what do you need to feel comfortable? And often it's more sleep. And I don't make up a story about it. Another thing that's really important for your physical body is to make sure that you're having moments of deep, deep relaxation, where you have a boundary, where you let go of the outside world and you just go, now I'm going to be in a place of receiving joy. And joy can be just as simple as doing nothing. Relaxing, letting go of tension, letting go of random thoughts like clouds in the sky. Within this whole process, some people will have chronic injuries, which is really part of the aging process. One of the things that I have found to be very, very effective, and I am almost 60, has been peptides. I took a lot of training in peptides. I took training that doctors take in internationally, and we don't really use them much here in Canada because they do compete with the disease model of keeping people sick. But there are peptides that help accelerate tissue repair, cognitive health, allowing your pituitary gland to release its own natural growth hormone, and also sleeping. Now, if something like that is of interest to you, you can look online. There's Dr. Edwin Lee has some really lovely videos. As we get older, we need to get smarter and learn to live well. And that comes from just very basic things. Reduce clutter, reduce stress, reduce junk. Make sure you're getting enough protein. If you're eating a carbohydrate, make sure it's something that your grandparents ate, not some pseudo freaky thing coming out of a box that you have to open up. A lot of our younger generation doesn't know what real food is, and we need to teach them, but we need to also be the role model. This is what happens when you take care of your body. So I'm going to sign off, and I'm hoping that something here has given you a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of inspiration to realize that no matter where you are, you can build on it. You can make little changes, and they're granular changes, but they pay off. And all that you need to do is look at someone that's in the same age range as you and someone that does or does not take care of their physical body, and look at the difference. It's huge. I have a physical body that is probably about 45, if I'm lucky. That's great. And I've worked at it. And so I'm here to tell you, you can do it too. If you're under 40, listen to these words of wisdom. Take care of your most precious physical body. The next video will be about mental, and the next one will be about spiritual. Thank you. And if you liked what you heard, please feel invited to like, share, and subscribe. More will be coming with time.